Just like the Tatum and Brown matchup, RJ and Fournier are going to get tested on the wings as well. You have two dynamic scorers in DeRozan and Levine, and two guys that can get to the rim, that like to get to the free throw line, rather. So, RJ and Fournier are certainly going to get tested on the perimeter.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun matchup. I'm sure Corey would agree, just because of, and I'm interested to hear what Corey's personal matchup that he's going to look forward to, because you have a lot here, with Mitch and
Mitch and Vucevic.
You have Mitch and Vucevic. You even have the young Patrick Williams and Julius Randle there. The Knicks mix and match. All around the board, though, there's some very intriguing matchups.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you guys, who do you think RJ is going to start on? I know he's saying he wants to come out and be that guy who takes the best player every night.
He's got to go out of Levine. He's got to go at Levine.
Yeah,
I think it's DeRozan.
You think it's DeRozan? I think he's got to go at Levine.
Because mid-range game, you put him on Levine. Now, Levine likes to run around a little bit sometimes, and when he's hot, he's shooting from anywhere. Now, RJ now has to do that. Kind of rather have him be more compact on a DeRozan matchup and kind of see. So, I don't know, man. I think you start one way, and then you see who gets hot and who doesn't, and then you kind of mix and match. That's how I would do it.
But I got to see Mitch against Vucevic, because Vucevic has killed the Knicks. He's averaging double-double, 18 and 10 against the Knicks in his career. That's going to battle Vucevic on the boards. I think that gives us a leg up in the game as well.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough matchup for Vucevic, because I was watching the Knicks the other day, and Mitch is huge, man.
Yeah. Block Ness is flexing. He's flexing every play. If he can be healthy out there, he's a good look.
Because he came into the league, he didn't have like this big body. Now he's got some thickness to him, and I mean, he's tall as hell, long as hell. It's going to be a tough matchup for Vucevic. I guess for Vucevic, Mitch isn't a threat from the 3-point line, so he could kind of concentrate staying around the hoop. So he's got that going for him, but that athleticism and that length, and it's a huge part of the Knicks, game, getting him back, having him healthy this year.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. I also feel like, for the Knicks, what they've shown so far, at least
bench, in terms of overall rotation options that the Bulls have, off the bench. We talk about the Knicks bench, the Knicks having a bunch of options on the offensive end and them being one of the top, in my opinion, bench in the NBA. Where do the Bulls fall into in that conversation in terms of bench? Who are their weapons? Are they developing some guys, or is that an area that still needs improvement in your opinion?
Well, we're missing one of our biggest bench pieces in Kobe White right now.
Yeah,
he's still nursing a shoulder thing. I think when he comes back, the Bulls bench is going to be, pretty deadly. Having him come off it and just firing away. But right now, Caruso's really the only consistent piece. The Bulls don't have a second big man, really. It's Vucevic, and that's it. You could say Tony Bradley, but he hasn't really played this year. I think he's hurt. And then it's kind of a bunch of rangy wings. You got, Alize Johnson, you got Javonte Green, you got Troy Brown Jr. And so far, you've had at least one of those guys step up on any given night. And when the Bulls have been at home, those guys have brought so much energy to the bench. They don't have a ton of size, and that's the problem with the Bulls bench right now. All those guys bring something. They can, hit the offensive glass, kind of, get in passing lanes, cause havoc defensively. They're great rotating over. They bring energy. And again, when the Bulls are at home, it's a big, big help. When the Bulls are on the road, and that's when you really need your benches to kind of, bring it. Is in road games. It's hard for the bench to be consistent in those situations. So, I think that's going to be something the Bulls are going to have to look to upgrade at some point. But again, Kobe White's a big piece of that, and when he comes back, it'll be a major help in, hoping the Bulls bench plays consistently, because right now it's Caruso, and that's kind of
it. And and you're guessing after that. But yeah, shout out Andrew H in the chat that reminded us Kobe White banged 8 threes on the Knicks, I think it was last year. So when he comes back, that bench will definitely be interesting to see. But as you said, with Vucevic and not much else in size, I think again that's an area where the Knicks look to capitalize, get on the boards between Julius, Mitch, Obi. RJ is going to be needed to get on the boards. Burks is a good rebounder as well. So I think, controlling glass is certainly an area that can help us. And then again, if we can get out and transition, get out and run, we'll be all right. I think it's a good matchup, though. I think it's a very, very interesting matchup between these two teams, very evenly matched. So let's see how that all shakes out.